Hey everyone, welcome back to BingeTime, where we get into the nitty gritty of new movies and upcoming shows. Your host today is Riley, and I'm here with
Denijah,
Chloe,
Gracie.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's show.
a special thanks to Silver Sky Wooden Work for their support of our channel. Without them, it would be impossible to record this. If any of our listeners need custom furniture, accent walls, cutting boards, or custom cabinets, they should head over to VIRIDIANnews.org and click the link for Silver Sky. And we're always looking for new sponsors, so let us know at VIRIDIANnews.org if you would like to be part of our work and reach out with our audience.
So this week's movie was
It
Was
was
the-
Aileen.
Warner.
Aileen, Queen of the Serial Killers.
Yes.
yes, and it's on Netflix if you want to look at it. It's really good. It's
It
a
is.
documentary about a woman that is seen as a serial killer. She goes to trial, and you get to see all the ins and outs of her trial cases, her background, her childhood, kind of everything involved. And it kind of goes to interviews, shows how the prosecutor goes about his doing during the trial and everything. It was really good. I really enjoyed these types of movies, so I really liked it this week.
Yeah.
I feel like I enjoyed it because it was a documentary, and I've grown into my documentary things lately. So that's why I really liked it, you know?
I feel like I liked it because, I feel like it was more of 50-50, but, liked it more. I like how it got into detail with stuff and it showed old footage instead of, recreating it. I feel like I really love that instead of, making a whole new thing.
Right.
Yeah, and it's funny because I heard the story before, and it was by a true crime storyteller on YouTube. So it's like watching the documentary, I saw things from a different light. Because the first time I watched it, it just painted her to be, cold-blooded and having no remorse. So when I first started watching the documentary, and she was all, giggly, and I was like, there's no way she's just giggly and she just killed people.
Thing.
I was so scared. I was like, maybe she's really, out of her mind.
Right.
But hearing everything and, seeing her point of view, I don't completely blame her because, obviously we can't excuse her actions, but I can't completely blame her because she had no one to really look up to, especially after her grandma passed away and all of that. But, yeah.
Yes, so at least for me, starting the movie, I started off angry. I was so annoyed by this woman because, number one, women serial killers, they always have a reason for what they did. And I was waiting to hear a good enough reason. Obviously, she did what she did, which is not good, but normally you could see, there's some reason behind it.
Right.
So when she started, like you said, she was laughing and giggling, I was beyond mad.
And it took a while for them to give us an explanation.
Right.
I was like, so why did she do it? Y'all keep beating around the bush.
Right.
Get to it. I was
But even, going through the end of it, I was still mad, but totally different reasons than it was. I
Right.
started off because, why are you a woman that just killed a bunch of people and are laughing, having the time of your life?
right.
But the end, I was mad that she got in such an unfair
Trial.
You have to. This kept me on my
Right.
on the edge of my seat. I was so annoyed by every single thing going on. Just with the trial itself, she was tried for one of the murders that she confessed to, which was, I think his name was Richard. Obviously he died. Things happened throughout their time together or whatever, and it was so unfair to her because of her line of work. She did whatever she did as her work, as her income. She had this whole childhood that was bad, that she was treated horribly. Everything was horrible for her. Her upbringing, you could tell she obviously had stuff happen to her that was causing her a lot of pain mentally, physically, whatever. That probably took more to her for what she did and how her life ended. But it was just so unfair, and they didn't even try to give her anything, any help, any benefit. And then they had the audacity to take the woman judge out.
That's what. Oh my gosh! And
Like,
so
can we
that's-
please talk about that?
That's something that's on my mind because it like shows how, the government is somewhat rigged, like in the sense that when there's no offense, but like the state prosecutor had the judge, changed because he just felt like the female judge was gonna give a fair trial. I thought that was really messed up, and it just shows like whatever his purpose was coming from a place of hate, basically.
Right.
And that's what made me sad because it's like at the beginning, like I said, I already had a notion that she was cold-blooded, that she was what, and there are things that Netflix left out because it's on Netflix, but like there are certain things that it left out, and I went on TikTok and I found out more that happened. And when you look at her childhood, it's like after her grandmother passed away, because she said she was adopted by her grandparents. After her grandma passed away, it went downhill because her grandfather was like, horrible. I heard some really rough stuff about the grandfather to talk about, but yeah.
I actually want to go look at it now because, like, what in the world? I mean, it's like trauma. It's more of. I feel like all serial killers have trauma.
Mm-hmm.
There's some effect of what or why they did.
Like,
Right.
now I have to go look. Yes, I watched the show, but now I actually have to go look on TikTok for deeper meaning.
Yeah.
Because it's like Netflix do leave out certain things that they can't censor. Is that a
Because-
word?
And like, okay, so I know like they spoke about her growing up. We get to her grandma passing, and then she ends up going to this like academy or something like that, because I guess she was like I don't know, I think because she was like running out of the house, like leaving the house.
Yeah, because she wasn't homeless, or she wasn't homeless, but she was never home. She was always trying to get money, trying to get food. Like, she didn't have a secure home. Like,
Right.
she had a lot of stuff going on.
Right. And so it made me question, like, where was her grandfather? Because she didn't say anything bad about her grandfather on the documentary. So then, which is a thing I do, I have this thing of like always like after I watch a movie or a show, I go on TikTok, because TikTok, like, there's always people making
There's
videos.
always more.
Yes, and just to find out that her grandfather was not present. He was, abused, like not abusive, but he was violating her basically. Her brother also violated her, is what I heard. I heard she had a kid, and it got taken away, and I didn't even know about that. And
I think they did mention light things on the documentary,
right.
but it wasn't to the point of like you knew how bad she had it growing up.
And the funny thing is, every time they do documentaries like on Ted Bundy, like on those, it's always episodes. So when it was a full like 1 hour, I was like, how are they able to cover every single thing? With Ted and the others, it was mostly like detailed, in depth, like situations they had at school, stuff like that. But we don't really get to see that. And especially when she had bad experiences with love, like her trying to commit suicide
Multiple times.
Right.
That's a lot for us,
Right.
especially women. Like, you don't see, it's normally men who have to deal with the stress and kind of take their lives, whatever. Women, you see them just going about their day, like they push through it.
Right.
The fact that, yes, they might have been like kind of not great reasons for her. I think it was just like love based and people leaving her.
Yeah.
But
That's
that
so
just
sad.
shows that she never had a secure person in her life, like
Right.
until Tyra.
Tyra, right. And she was so obsessed with Tyra. She was so into Tyra.
I was also wondering at like the beginning, I think it was her husband, boyfriend, I can't remember.
Probably a boyfriend. I don't think she was married.
Yeah. And he was like, she's really good at lying. Like, she's lying her way out of things, and recorded the conversation.
Oh, that was her girlfriend, Tyra.
Yeah,
That
girlfriend.
was Tyra.
Girlfriend. Oh, I thought it was a man.
It's
One thing I
okay.
can say is, like, at the beginning, when she was, like, talking to the people and whatever, she looked, like, really, really happy to, like, be around people. Like, she, like, you could tell from watching it that was the first in a very, very long time that she actually sat right there and she laughed.
Yeah.
Like, she was taking pictures and
And on top
laughing.
of that, like, back to what I was saying, like, when she was, like, saying how that man attacked her in the car and, like, handcuffed her, I was like, is she lying or is she not? Because at the beginning before that, she said that she was a very good liar. I was like, wait, is this true? I don't know. But then she started like getting more and more emotional with it, and I was like, dang.
I mean, liars can get emotional.
I know. I was like, if she's lying, she's good at it.
Yeah.
So what I did really enjoy was the fact that they started off with this like as part of the storyline and ended off like connecting it
all together.
Yes, and like throughout all the interviews, you could see like at first when she came in, or when the first confession she did it, I was like, BS. I don't believe anything you're saying. Like
during the court case.
Yes, when she confessed, when she went into the court,
I didn't
and was
believe
like,
anything either.
Really?
I didn't believe it because I thought there's no way, at least for me, even if I did something or involved myself, there has to be more. I thought Tyra was involved in some way.
Me.
And I was like, she has to be manipulating.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you don't have a good upbringing, like, you're an easy target. Knowing that Tyra, there was an interest, a love interest is there. So there's trust there. There's a bond being built there. So I just assumed that Tyra had something to do with it and was just shoving her all under the bus.
I did too. I felt like, because I don't know, I feel like if you're that connected to your person the way that, what is her name? Aileen?
Aileen.
Yeah, I feel like if you're connected the way Aileen is, you know, your partner is someone that you're going to tell everything to.
Right.
So, like, when it came down to that part, I started questioning Tyra's, like, loyalty, because it's like, are you really loving this lady the way that she's loving you? And it's like, it's crazy to say, but it's like, I felt like Aileen should have explained more. And then it also came down to, like, a part where it's like, it was in a life or death type of situation. So part of me felt like her confessionals were fake, but it's like the other part of me felt like it was true because, I mean, she has nothing else to lose.
Let's not forget, she was trying to protect Tyra. That's the thing, because she loved Tyra.
That's
Tyra.
bad.
And that's what's sad, is she loved her so much, she was willing to protect her and go to prison just to take up all the crime. And the lady that was doing the interviews, she also stated how, like,
that black
Tyra,
lady?
What?
That black haired lady?
Yes, yeah, like the brown, yeah. She stated that Aileen had, 400 men that she had interacted with, and out of them only 7 people were killed. So that means that there had to be some sort of influence. And then they tracked back to when she first started, like, dating Tyra. And that's when, like, most of the... And I was like, y'all needed to have looked into Tyra more. Like,
there has to be something else.
Yes, like, you're trying to protect... And then towards the end, she also made a statement about, like, her lying about something just because she was trying to protect Tyra, and then her switching it up. And Tyra, I feel like this just shows that Tyra is such a selfish person, and she did take advantage of Aileen. Unfortunately, Aileen was, like you said, an easy target because she's vulnerable. She's looking for love. Everybody keeps leaving her. So the little chance that she got of having, some intimacy with someone, she was willing to go all out for them. And, it was just unfortunate that it had to be Tyra and not someone worth,
You can see the pain in her eyes. But it's
when
like,
she got told that the recording happened?
Yeah, when she listened and Tyra was there, and you could see her crying.
You can feel her emotion.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
background.
Tyra
Tyra had called Aileen and like had her confessed on a phone call, and Tyra had worked with the police because she didn't want to go to jail. So she basically, like, bugged her phone for it to record, and that's how Aileen, like, confessed, like, without her confessing. Yeah. So that's a lot of background for y'all.
I feel like that's mostly the reason why, like, there's obviously, if she didn't want to go to jail, so there's obviously something more to it, too, with that.
My thing is, you would assume if Tyra had to have known that, like, the things that happened with these men, with Aileen, like, there's no way that all this stuff happened that we knew, and we were like, oh my gosh. And, like, yes, she could have reported it when it happened, but also she said multiple times, her line of work would not have gotten her, it would have gotten the same outcome. It wouldn't have been fair to her anyways because of who she is and what she did. But also, I just, like, really shocked at the fact that if you do look at other documentaries like Ted Bundy and even Jeffrey Dahmer, all that stuff, they have they've done worse and they got better treatment.
That's what's crazy. I feel like because she's a woman in the
Yep,
society,
she was a woman.
Especially
yes,
that time. Like,
Yep.
during that time,
it was
women
really, really
were
hard.
Yeah.
And they did say that during that time it was harder for like how, you know, everybody's able to express themselves with their sexuality and stuff. It was much harder being a lesbian at that time. So there was, where she was from, at least where the crimes happened, Florida, I forgot what
Florida,
part. Yeah, but you know, like I said, the state prosecutor, he was, you know, running a whole campaign anti they were, but Aileen was that one person that was, you know, they were against. So it was easy for them to overlook those things. Like, I don't know. And then there was the man that the lady interviewed, and he spoke about how he also picked Aileen up, and she, you know, he had a lot of cash on him, and he was an easy target.
Yes.
But she never killed him. If he wanted to, he would have, you know.
My thing is, okay, this, obviously you could see that we have a lot of thoughts on this movie because it was really good. Like, I think details were great. Interviews were great. I liked the layout. It was really good. One thing I did not like is when it would go forward, like how it was already, because she was in jail or prison for 10 years, like during this time for her waiting for her death sentence.
Right.
The John Tanner had a last interview with the lady and was like, oh, yeah, we didn't know that, but I still agree with everything I said.
Yeah, he said it was irrelevant information about the man.
And it's like, no, Richard was obviously just as ill or more ill because he already previously went to jail for 10 years for doing things that he went through in his past, and stated things that had the same like movement as Aileen. And I'm not saying she probably deserved some time in jail. I mean, she did kill multiple men, but they should have looked more into it. And it's like, it's crazy to see, because if that happened now, it would not be the same.
No, it wouldn't.
Right. It like, and it's just crazy to see like how time has really changed.
Yeah, because, and it's another thing is like now we have, you know, more feminist movement, so people are more into supporting women, but at that time, also to piggyback of what you said about the man, you know, also being to jail,
right.
His psychiatrist literally made a statement about how he had issues,
like mental
issues that would cause him to hurt the environment. He had also been to juvie even before that, so he already had criminal records, but obviously, you know, it was being overlooked because they just wanted to get.
But they didn't even look. During the trial, they did not look at his past records.
They said there was nothing on him, nothing at all. And then it took the news reporter like a day to find this information.
Yes, and I was like, how 10 years after this trial was done, number one, she's still looking, and number two, how did y'all not find that? Even like the slightest information. He was not a respectable man. He might have had respect for him, but no, y'all should have seen his past, and she definitely deserved more of a fighting chance than what she got. Like, that. And
towards the ending, where the news lady was like, "Oh, is there something like after you killing 7 men? Was there a thing where you're like, oh my gosh, I'm out of control, I can't?" And she was like, "No, it was rather these men keep playing in women's faces and thinking they can do whatever they want to women. And if another man, like, you know, ever violates me like that, I'm gonna do what I have to do to protect myself."
Yes, and I 100% agree with that.
Yes,
she got violated by 7 men that purposely got her out, even if in her line of job or whatever it is.
Right.
Yes, she has to take that risk in that work. But that does not give her or give any man a reason to violate her in the way that they did. Like, that's disturbing in its own. But it just shows that even one man, she would have done it. And how did 6 more do it? And it took that just for them to show it. Like, and all she could have done, even if she confessed and said, "Oh, why I did it," they still wouldn't have given her anything. They would have been like, "Oh, well, you chose that job. This is what you get." That's not.
And I think towards the end, towards the end, the lady was like, there's this lady, she's like Australian or something. I don't know if you remember. She was saying that it's either they did violate her or they didn't, because she has had a history on going through that in high school, from her grandfather to her brother, like all of that. I think there's a chance that they probably didn't, but she probably wanted revenge on the actions that were on her. So even if they didn't do it or didn't even try to, there's a chance that she just felt the need to get revenge.
Right,
But
and trauma is a lot.
that's why, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
like even if it, like you're saying, even if they paid her to do whatever she did, still the trauma, it's not because she planned on doing what she did, like killed them and whatever. It's not she planned that. She didn't go out looking for that to do that. She has all this past that probably built up to that moment that just happened to happen. Like,
yeah.
and it's just crazy to see. But also with the woman judge, I liked during this time where there was women like saying, oh, like women were working, women were doing these jobs, like being a judge. Like that's like crazy. Most women aren't being a judge.
Yeah.
The fact that she had this case like put with her, and then all of a sudden, as soon as there's a fair trial starting, John Tanner takes the case from her.
Right.
Like, how are you going to do that? Give her a trial. Just let the trial go.
I think that's when the red flags, started popping up. But
Did y'all know she was the 10th woman in the United States executed?
Then I just... But, sorry, one last thing. When they had her in the chair, or like electric chair, that's what she got trialed for, I like thought it was so crazy that the amount of like popular it kind of got, like just the case itself was popular, but the fact that she was, during this time, she was the third woman,
female,
to get like the death sentence or whatever in Florida, which is crazy in its own. But it was just like so crazy to see all these people coming together, and like her friend was there, like flew down, had a last conversation with her, and the fact that she was ready.
Yep.
Like Aileen, she
had been ready. That's
she
the
had
thing.
been ready for
She's
all
like,
this
let me get out of
time.
here.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can tell it in her
Because
eyes that
she
ready
had
to
given
die.
up. There was nothing she could
Yes,
do.
during that first sentence in the trial. She was ready, and then they wanted to do 6 more trials for the other 6 men. She already had the death sentence. What's the point?
And her lawyer also stated that she literally begged him to find a way to speed up all the other trials so she could just get die really quickly.
Yes.
And she thought it was torture waiting 8 years just to be executed.
Yes.
Like she thought
there was no
ready,
point.
bro.
But I liked how they did bring it to like she had forgiven herself for what she had done, and I liked how in the end, like towards the end, she apologized to the families because it wasn't what they did. It's just her trauma. There was so much built up, and she found God. She went through her execution, and her family and friends were like celebrated it. Like they were happy to see her go. Like,
let's not forget the adopted mom. I'm so glad she got that.
I know.
I'm glad she got that. I think it was
I think that was her God sending that down, because there's no way she could have done what she did like during that time. Like that was a lot of time.
Yep.
But yeah, what do y'all think of this week's show? Movie?
I requested it.
Yes, you did.
Yes, you did. But
Out of anger.
I think that was a lot for me. And I don't know if it's because she's female, because I felt her emotions. I don't know what it was, but it, like, of all the documentaries I've watched, it just hit me a different way. I think all y'all should watch it, but I do think, like, some of the stuff are very graphic, so y'all just need, like...
I feel like it definitely, if you want a deeper meaning, look deeper into it, because there's a lot of things that Netflix will leave out because of, like, censors and everything.
Yeah.
So I just feel like you should do it deeper looking into it. But I liked it.
Yeah, I feel like it could have been like a little bit more detail-y than it was. I felt like at the end it was rushed more than like anything. But like overall, I think it is a good like sit down, like watching movie, like if you want to watch it while doing something. Like that's what I did, and I felt like I enjoyed it more doing that, because otherwise I don't think I could have paid attention to it.
Yeah, I think this week's like show, like it really hit a spot in my heart. Like
Yep.
just because it probably was because she was a woman and just how unfair it was. But I just like I hated to see her like going through that. Like obviously I have no clue who this lady is. This happened in 1979, I think, but it was just crazy to see how different it was back then. Like the fact that it was just because she was a woman, it was just because of her line of work. Like she was treated so differently. But I did really enjoy this. I think 100% I would recommend if you like any kind of documentary, any kind of crime. Like I definitely would recommend this for a Netflix watch. But
Yeah, what would y'all rate it?
A 10.
An 8.
a 9.
8.5.
I think it was really good.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening on this week's show. What time is it?
Binge time!